Hi friends, we are going to look into Fourier series in this part. Periodic functions are those functions which repeat themselves after equal intervals. And if they do not repeat themselves after equal intervals, they are called as non-periodic functions. Now we are having sinusoidal periodic function and non-sinusoidal periodic functions. So sinusoidal periodic functions are sin mx and cos mx, which are having period 2 pi by m. And non-sinusoidal periodic functions are tan mx, cot mx with period pi by m, or square waves, triangular waves, or sawtooth waves. So what exactly do we do using Fourier series? Using Fourier series, we can convert these non-sinusoidal periodic functions into sinusoidal periodic functions. These Fourier series are of two forms. One is the real form of Fourier series, the other is a complex form of Fourier series. Before we see real and the complex form of Fourier series, we will look into Dirichlet's condition. For a real valued and periodic function f of x in the interval ab, this function can be expanded using Fourier series if it satisfies these conditions which are called as the Dirichlet conditions. F of x should be absolutely integrable over a period. That means the integration of the absolute value of the function should be finite. The function should be bounded in the interval. F of x should have finite number of maxima and minima in the interval, and f of x should have finite number of discontinuities in this interval. So if this real valued periodic function f of x satisfies these conditions, then it can be expanded using the Fourier series expansion. Under these Dirichlet conditions, the Fourier series of f converges and is equal to f wherever f is continuous. Now, let's say we have this function f of x which has a discontinuity at x equals to a. Then f of x can be written as half of f of a plus f of a minus, where this f of a plus and f of a minus are the right and the left limits of the function. Now let's come back and look into real form of Fourier series. Let's say we have a function f of x which is defined in this interval ab. This is a periodic function. So then it can be expanded using the real form of Fourier series as f of x will be equal to a naught upon 2 plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity a n cos of 2n pi x upon b minus a plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity b n sine of 2n pi x upon b minus a, where the period is given by b minus a, where a naught, an and bn are Fourier coefficients which are real numbers. So this a naught can be written as 2 upon b minus a integration a to b f of x dx. An will be 2 upon b minus a integration a to b f of x cos 2n pi x upon b minus a dx. And bn can be written as 2 upon b minus a integration a to b f of x sine 2n pi x upon b minus a dx. Here when we take n equal to 1, we will get the fundamental frequency term. For n equal to 2, we will get the first overtone, or also called as second harmonics. For n equal to 3, we will get the second overtone or the third harmonics, and so on. So as we see, the time period t equals to b minus a, therefore the frequency f is 1 by t, which is 1 by b minus a. So the time period and the frequency of the fundamental frequency term in this Fourier series expansion of f of x is equal to the time period and the frequency of the function f of x itself. Let's say the given function is an even function. For even function, f of minus x will be equal to f of x, and the graph of this even function will be symmetric about x equals to 0. Thus, the Fourier series expansion of this even function f of x will contain the constant a0 and the cosine term. It will not contain the sine term because there bn will be here, bn will be equal to 0. So, this is also known as the Fourier cosine series. If f of x is an odd function, that is f of minus x will be equal to minus f of x, and the graph of this function is antisymmetric about x equals to 0, then the constant and the an term here will be equal to 0, but the bn term will not be equal to 0. So it will contain the sine series, and therefore it is also called as, for odd function we get a Fourier sine series. Thus, for even functions we will get the cosine series, and for odd function we will get the sine series. Now let's look into the complex form of Fourier series expansion. Now if we are having a function f of x which is defined in this interval ab, then f of x can be expanded as complex form of Fourier series as f of x will be equal to summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity cn e raised to I 2n pi x upon b minus a, where again the period is b minus a, and this coefficient is called is a complex number, and it is given by an upon 2 plus bn upon 2i. This cn can also be written as cn is equal to 1 by b minus a integration a to b f of x e raised to minus I 2n pi x upon b minus a dx. Now if f of x is an even function, then in cn this bn term will be 0, so we will have only an by 2, which will be only a purely real quantity. But if this f of x is an odd function, then this cn will contain only the bn terms, that an term will be 0, which will be bn upon 2i, so this will be a purely imaginary quantity. Let's look into Parseval's formula. If we have a function f of x which is defined in this region minus L to L, then integration minus L to L f of x the whole squared dx can be written as L into a naught squared upon 2 plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity an squared plus bn squared. So to understand the use of this formula, let's look at an example. Let's say we have a periodic function f of x equals to x for minus pi less than x less than pi. It has the Fourier series expansion f of x which is equal to summation n equal to 1 to infinity minus 2 upon n into minus 1 raised to n sine n x. And we have to find the summation n equal to 1 to infinity 1 by n squared. This value we have to find. Now here you can say this contains only sine term. So here if this is the Fourier series expansion which is given. So here we can clearly see that a naught is 0, an is also 0. This term is bn, and the time period t which is equal to b minus a, that is equal to 2 pi. So using Parseval's formula we will now have integration minus pi to pi f of x squared, that is x squared dx will be equal to L, that is again pi a naught squared by 2, that is 0, plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity a n squared, that is 0, plus bn squared is 4 upon n squared into minus 1 raised to 2n. This is equal to x raised to 3 upon 3 minus pi to pi. This will be pi into summation n equal to 1 to infinity 4 upon n squared minus 1 raised to even power is 1. This implies summation n equal to 1 to infinity 1 by n squared will be equal to, I'll take 4 and pi on this side, 1 by 4 pi into 2 pi cube upon 3. This comes out to be pi squared upon 6. So this is how we can get the value of summation n equal to 1 to infinity 1 by n squared using the Parseval's formula. That's it for this video. In the next part we will see Fourier transform. Till then, take care. Peace be upon you.